Hello, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm sure you can. Welcome back to our next immunity challenge. We saw our sweet friend Kaylee go out last tribal. Kaylee, once again, I'm so sorry. I think I jinxed you in that one. I thought you were going all the way to the end. You crushed it. Great game. Saw Declan catch all the rest of those votes last tribal, and they definitely look relieved. Had a really tender little bestie moment with KP after that tribal. So I think they definitely did not know if they had the votes to stay on that one. So I was really surprised, and also happy to see that Paul was still there, since Paul was the person that caught the votes last night at the last tribal. So congrats to Paul for making some social moves and maneuvering overnight, it sounds like. So maybe there was a little bit more strategy going on during that sleepy morning time and that late night fire time than the team let on. The challenge here so you can see and get a little heads up about what's getting set up, what's getting started. I had the 5-minute call about 5 minutes ago, so I imagine that our players are going to be coming out here soon. Oh, there's 1 minute warning, so thank you, Big Mike. We should be getting started here soon. This is a very fun challenge, a fave of mine personally. I say that about every challenge though, so maybe don't trust me. But this one, they are going to have to make a stack. I don't know how high the stack needs to be. I think it's like maybe 8 blocks high, maybe 10, maybe 12, maybe 15, who knows. Make a stack of dominoes a certain number of levels high, but they are also going to have water in their little guy up here. So let's go over and look at one of these little guys. Kathy, I'm gonna ask you some questions. How long do you think it's gonna take for the water to trickle out of this guy?
Good question. I actually haven't tested it, so I don't know, but I'm thinking 2 or 3 minutes. 2 or 3 minutes? 4.
Yeah? Tim, what do you think? How long do they got?
I don't think they even have 5 minutes.
Yeah, so pretty short, right? So they're gonna have to stack their domino tower all the way over there while anxiously looking behind them the entire time to make sure that this guy right here doesn't run out of water. If this runs out of water, what happens to him, Kathy?
John gets to knock their tower over.
Oh, yikes. That's John's favorite part. John loves to be a menace. John lives to be a menace, I would even say.
I've never been able to knock over the block for this challenge, and it was designed with that in mind. So no ill feeling for the contestants, but I really like to knock some blocks down.
John really said, I actually poked some extra holes in these guys over here to make sure that I get to knock somebody's tower over this time. I'm pretty sure the last time we did this, I actually don't know if John got to knock any towers over. He didn't.
Matthew got his completed just in time.
So, unfortunately, Brinkley's a savage and crushed the challenge, and John didn't get to do anything fun. So, hopefully we're not ruining John's fun today, and he gets to knock over somebody's tower. I really like this challenge again. Very classic Survivor challenge, having to make this tower, and I think Kathy and Tim both overestimated. I think depending on, if you fill it all the way to the very, very tippy top, maybe you have a couple minutes, but I'm gonna say 90 seconds, honestly, tops. And that seems like a good amount of time to like get some stuff stacked, but you're also trying to stack really precariously and make sure you're being very cautious. Like, I don't know. I also don't think that they're going to go and fill it up all the way the first time. I think they're maybe gonna like test it out and see how long half takes. And they're probably only gonna get, like 45 seconds if it's half. But I'll try and mentally count, or maybe one of you should try and mentally count because I'm gonna be here. But to see how long it takes in this one. If you guys are here, you wanna sound off in the comments for me, say hey, root for your person. Who's got some fans? Who's got some fans here? Whose player is still in the game? Is there a bug on my foot? There's not. If your player's still in the game, give them some shout outs. When they come back and watch this video, they'll know that you were cheering them on. Yeah.
I shout out Sam for being a badass.
Who do you think's gonna win? This challenge, not the whole game.
Oh.
Though I do want to know both.
This game, if KP gets to the end and Nicole, I think
good battle.
That would be a good battle.
Interesting.
Between the two of them.
Yay, rooting for our friends.
I think KP's been so locked in and has such a pulse on this game, and Nicole, as we saw in Touchy Subjects, got vote, and I think they are playing a very great, non-threatening game.
Heck yeah. And then this challenge. Who's winning this challenge?
You need to have long legs, but also be controlled under, like, I think Declan could pull this out.
Maybe they might feel like they need it too with those votes.
They're fast, and you need to keep an eye on that water.
Yeah.
Or John's gonna come in
and get it. I'll say something we had to put out there. You'll notice there are only 4 sets of stairs. Some people aren't going to need it. Nicole's going to need it. So That's probably literally just for her. Everyone else has a good 4 to 5 inches on her. Maybe Ned. No, KP's pretty small too. So who knows? Maybe lots of people need those stairs. Yeah, we're all, you know what? That's a great point, Andy. We're all just cheering for John to have fun. That's why we're all here, right? Not our loved ones.
You can take a spot
just John's personal pleasure and enjoyment.
One day he will stab a bag of rice and get pleasure from it.
One day John will stab a bag of rice. That's in his future. He is very Jeff Probst coded. All right, so they are going to be at a table. That is still strategizing all the way up to the challenge.
So this challenge is called the drop in the bucket. Alex going to start on my go. You're going to use your metal bucket.
Thanks, Ned.
Fill up with water. Turn around and run back to the post behind you. You'll see a cut-off bottle hanging there. You're going to pour the water from your metal bucket into that one there. It's immediately going to start pouring out the bottom. You're going to then run back to the table and begin constructing a 10-floor tower.
Oh, 10 floors.
It's going to be built. Like each floor will look like that.
So they have to build it tall ways. They can't build it like they go
You're going to have to manage
this way.
how many tower blocks you're building up versus how much your water is spilling out. If your water empties, they'll let me know, and I'm going to come by and knock over your tower, and you'll have to start again.
Declan said, "Are you kidding me?"
If your 10-floor tower reaching the top, let us know. We've got stairs here. We can bring them out and let you.
I think he locked eyes with Nicole for that. He said. Evan goes, "Does anyone want stairs now?" Nicole goes, "Yes, I do." That's funny.
Back history, on our first night, Leah and Declan had to build an 8-story tower of dominoes in the side challenge.
No way.
Leah was one of the ones who successfully did it. Declan did not. They just
The drama.
They are, so I can
now, but if you need it during the challenge,
okay. Those are all of them.
we've got one.
Okay.
I was like, all right.
So everyone did take the stairs. I will say though, now you built the stairs and now they're counting your way. So.
Put that down, Ed. All right.
But, okay, so Leah has some experience. I'm curious. Oh, I was gonna say I'm curious if they actually put holes in those buckets.
You can do whatever you want with the water.
Yeah. 2 minutes. Oh no. So we saw only Leah and Ned go back for the third one. And I think the third one actually could be helpful. Even if you didn't necessarily need it, it's helpful to know, you know, how you got kind of an idea of how fast the water goes down. Yeah, off to a quick start. Off to the races for some of our folks. Ned checking back. I don't think Declan has looked back the entire time they've been here.
That might be a factor.
Oh, there we go. Good job. Stress. All right, Nicole's coming back. Ned still has a good half of his left, but there is some wind. There is windy. We had a windy weekend at home. Nicole starting over. Declan starting over. Leah with 1. KP with 3 at the end. Running back to her tower. Ooh, relatively close. Nicole's got 3. About half of her water left. KP going back with 2 runs. Paul with 3 towers. I will say Paul's this way a little bit. That's not going to make it to 10. It's not even enough. Different strategy from Paul versus KP. Let me see if I can get them both in the frame. You can see here Paul's is a very narrow tower, whereas KP's is very wide. Honestly, I'm not a physics major, so I don't know which one's better. Taylor, do you know anything about science? No. Okay, here we are. Well, if you want to giggle, come to us. If you want to learn math, don't.
someone's gonna run out of water. Who do you think would?
I think Declan's a smart strategy of not having to turn all the way around, doing it on the side of their table. I'm trying to think of who might. Who's gonna get too focused? Nicole.
Oh no, I just.
Hurry. Ooh, Nicole's so close.
She stepped on it getting up the stair.
Oh, and there goes balls.
Hell.
KP with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nicole with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I bet you right now Nicole feels like she needs this one. I think, what it seemed like her closest ally went home. I think she was maybe on the wrong side of that boat. Oh gosh, the wind. It's between KP and Nicole right now. Nicole, anxious.
She's taking off the level.
Nicole destructing hers, worried about the water. KP is stepping on the table. KP, what are you? That is unhinged of you.
It's difficult with the wind. We may remove some rocks from the challenge. We'll make it fall as we move on.
I can't imagine not wiggling the table by stepping on it. That's crazy of her. If she gets this, I'm gonna be so genuinely impressed. Okay, see, I told you it was probably a questionable strategy. But oh, Paul's sad. Oh, down goes Nicole. Declan has 4.
Declan's gonna some tips to Leah.
Oh yeah, I was telling Leah that hers is done. We do have refilling buckets. If you notice on the side, we're refilling the buckets that they're using.
I was very close to running out of water.
I mean, what's John gonna do? Knock over the one thing she has up? Like, this is, yeah, I think gonna be a toughie. I have a feeling we're gonna have to take this back to 8. Yeah.
John.
Oh, yeah. John, Ned. Get him, John. Woo!
All he wanted.
2 levels.
Ned said, no, not all my progress.
Take my fun away.
This is more of a challenge for John too.
Yeah, honestly. I will say, this is, I think a bit of a further distance than we did before too. Like, you have to run a little bit farther. Man, this looks a little warped over here too. If you see this one piece, I would have put this piece on the top personally. How do I zoom in? Like this. There we go. Look at that one on the top right of her 4th layer. That looks a little bit crooked to me.
That looks very crooked to me.
Yeah, I don't know if like the piece itself is crooked, but she placed it that way or what. I am gonna say too, hopefully we haven't had a gust of wind in a second, so hopefully it stays that way, but I think there's a big chance that we will have to knock this down to 8, because I don't know. Crystal, I think you should come out and try. I think you should give it a shot. Come play next season of Survival Challenge. How many Declan got? Oh, Nicole! Down goes Nicole. Declan used that as a kind of wake-up call to make sure they didn't run out, and that was a good choice because they were very close. Leah. Oh, gutting. And down goes Ned. Leah with 1, 2, 3. She has 6. Oh, and it's wiggling with the wind.
You're so close, Leah.
Dumbass wind.
Everyone back to square one.
Okay, we're gonna hold this down to 8 floors with the
Did
wind
I
blowing.
guess that, or did I guess that?
That's my hat
Flies off. Players now have to only use 8. Yeah. We'll leave the blocks.
We'll leave the blocks there. You only need 8 floors.
So now you gotta count your showers because you have more blocks than you need. But I think, yeah, Leah was at about... Yeah.
No.
KP is very frustrated.
I think we got to 6.
I think Declan was at 6, and now they're simply not at anything anymore. Leah was definitely at 6 previously. Ned is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now, and the only person with a standing tower. I'm curious, it seems like a lot of them are trying to turn their towers so that the gusts of wind, which is the wind's going this way.
No, how's it look?
What way is that? South. Is it actually south? Okay, if Taylor says it's right, I'm going to say it's right. The wind's blowing south, if you will. So maybe you want, I feel like you want your tower to like, you want the wind to blow through your tower, not against it. So the sides of the tower, I would almost build it like, Declan has theirs at an angle. I would turn it like even more this way. I'm so directional. God, no one can stop me today. So now you can see, right, for Ned, it's sturdier because the wind is blowing through the holes in his tower, whereas with the holes, it's going to blow directly into the sides. It's going to knock him over like traditional bombers. But he's not going to make it, and there it goes.
John!
Not, Paul doesn't have a tower to knock over, but if he did, John would knock it over.
Aha!
Gotcha!
Head of the game.
Okay. AJ, shut up.
I hate this wind really. Me too.
AJ is my partner, and he is a big old meanie because I can't get around when we're driving, and I don't know where we are ever, and he has to drive everywhere.
That's what GPSs are for.
Exactly. Oh, you could tell Declan got frustrated with that one. Definitely got frustrated with that trip. I think if we got 56, I think we'll see maybe like, I don't know, probably 5 more minutes of this. Again, we are on a time crunch. We are on a time crunch, so we cannot just let them do it forever. I wish we could, but we can't. So.
We do need a winner to
Yeah, we do need someone to eventually win this challenge. So there's no gust of wind happening right now, so they really need to capitalize on having no wind. Ned's hitting 6. I actually think something I just saw Ned do was try and use 2 pieces, realize they weren't perfect, and swap them out. So KP might have put herself, no, down goes Ned. KP might have put herself at a disadvantage by chucking pieces, unless she strategically chose to chuck the ones that were not as sturdy, which I'm not sure if she did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Paul's got 7.
Come on, Paul, just for the sake of ending the challenge. He's so close. Here's 8.
1, 2, 3.
There goes Paul.
Yes! Bang, bang, baby, let's go!
Oh, I thought he was gonna do a Michelle kick. Oh, and there he goes. And there he goes. Declan lovingly knocked Paul to the ground.
Thank you guys, honestly, thank you.
That was a fun one.
Ooh, respect to Declan. That water I think is cool.
It's like a Gatorade. Water is a Gatorade.
Actually, they might have gotten it from the pond.
Good job, Paul.
First one of the season.
I think Ned is the only 2-time immunity winner so far.
I got nothing to
Paul
say. Oh my gosh, guys.
Yeah, no, so we still have KP immunity, and that's it. I think everyone else has won. Which one did Nicole win? Did Nicole win?
But there was no wind.
In the forest.
I don't remember. You guys let us know. We don't know what's happening. You guys do. I know. Yeah. So yeah, Paul definitely missed the opportunity to do a Michelle kick the table moment, but that's really his business, not mine. So here we go. Let's flip this puppy around and yeah, actually Taylor, give us a knock that over. Give us a Michelle kick to the table.
Am I kicking the table or am I kicking the block?
Well, I guess the blocks if you can get your foot that high. I don't think I can kick my foot that high.
Right?
Yeah. There it is. Woo!
Hinge, baby!
That is a wind shell moment if I've ever seen it for Taylor. I love it.
You can
I honestly don't think I could get my foot that high to begin with. That was a lot. Phil and Taylor are gonna battle it out here. I'm gonna take a moment to scoot back, talk about it. Congrats to Paul on his first individual immunity of the season. Final 7, final 6, final 6. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Final 6 is a really good time to win immunity. That's when those really big moves are being made. We could see Kaylee, who we thought was in maybe a power position all day yesterday, getting sniped at final 7. So probably a really big victory for Paul. Really excited to see what he does with it. Something we've talked about earlier in the game is that a lot of times, especially in this end game moment, players will use an opportunity where they're immune. They're feeling a little bit more confident, a little bit more ready. They're probably using this opportunity to really push their agenda for the end game because they know, at least in this round, it can't come back and bite them in the butt. So I'm curious to know if Paul will use this opportunity to maybe help push forward his alliance, whatever that may be, or his voting block, if that's what's happening right now. They are not going to have a lot of time to deliberate. It's going to be about 15 minutes or so before we head over to Tribal. So as we heard last time, they may not even talk to everybody. They need to have plans in motion, plans in place for really the rest of the day today already. You got to know who you want to sit next to because it is only a final 2 this season. So I'm stressed for them. Every vote out of the entire challenge has been really emotional. It's so hard to watch people go home because you look forward to this, you kind of hype up in your head what you expect this experience to be for you. So watching anyone go home is really gutting because you can tell how bad they all want it. But especially when you start seeing people get this close, right? 7, 6, 5. A lot of these vote outs are going to be toughies, especially considering how close everybody grew over the last few days too. I think we've heard Paul say it at almost every tribal council, I love these people, I really like these people. We're going to be great friends after this. And that is traditionally the truth. Our SC family really does grow close, but we'll see how close they're feeling after they maybe get blindsided in these next few votes. So good luck to everybody. We'll catch you at Tribal in just a little bit and see you soon.